I want to raise a bit of attention to another issue. And this one I'm certainly guilty of as well. Apparently, in the United States alone, there is as much as $218 billion of uneaten food wasted each year along the entire supply chain. So that's to say, like from field to plate or bin, as it were. Apparently, globally, the carbon emitted by waste food could be classified as its own country. And if it were, it would be the third worst carbon emitter in the world behind the US and China. Now, people buy food, I do this, stick it in the fridge, planning on cooking it and eating it. But the reality doesn't often live up to the good intentions. I do it, I'll buy something. Typically when I'm in like a healthy mood, it's like, right, let's go and buy loads of healthy food. Stock up the fridge. I'm going to be healthy this week. And like, I put it in the fridge thinking, I'll eat that tomorrow. But as we learned from James Bond, tomorrow never comes. Before you know it, whatever it was has gone bad. There's nothing for it but the bin, a waste of money, and a waste of what was once good food. Generally a feeling of guilt, I guess. It's not just stuff going bad, though, that, you know, before we've had a chance to eat it, apparently. A professor at Ohio State University recently published a paper suggesting people throw out perfectly good food because of the expiration date on the packet. This isn't the first time I'm hearing this. The problem with that, often those labels, there's not like a standard. They're unclear, they're misleading, and sometimes they're even wrong, which just means perfectly good food goes in the bin. Now, the additional problem of food that's expired, according to the label, is that people feel less guilty about it. It's like, oh, well, the label says it's out of date. I got to throw it. That's what it is. Whereas if you actually see kind of a tomato rotting in the fridge, you feel kind of sad for it. I don't know. For the study, Professor Rowe asked participants to list and send a picture of what was in their fridge. And then a week later, they followed up to find out what was eaten, what wasn't, and what had gone bad. It turned out that people weren't eating foods because the best before label dates coming and going, believing that the food had gone bad because it had officially expired, if you like, by the date on the packet. Sadly, though, according to Rowe, most of that food was probably still okay. He says that actually, while a lot of foods, like, they get, you know, the kind of the declining quality maybe a little bit over time, very few actually expire to the point of becoming dangerous, with the exceptions of maybe like meat and, he says, soft cheese as well. Apparently, if it smells obviously bad or it's moldy or not good, throw it. But unless it's got these obvious signs, it's very unlikely to have a serious effect other than just tasting it funky maybe and you just go, oh, it's gone bad. He says not many of us know where the line between quality and safety is. It's kind of like, if I don't enjoy it, or will I die? Like, these are the kind of, you know, will it taste all right or will it cause death? And in fact, a lot of foods have a sell-by label as well, which it just means the shops need to be sending customers away with that food rather than just throwing it out completely. Like, that's sell-by. People can take that away. Sell-by date's gone, but that's fine. You're not selling it. Eat it until it goes bad. Rowe's research found that these vague, date-only labels just trigger people to not even finish food, just at a very high rate. He says that better labels and better education for us consumers, so, you know, it's not our fault as such. We're just doing what we're told by the food industry and the people that write these labels. Better education for us, so we know when stuff's getting bad or worse, taste and quality-wise, rather than the stuff that's going to be dangerous for us. He suggests that if a food company can stand by the quality of its product for just another day or two, meaning that best if used by label had a few more days on it, it could decrease intent to toss an item, you know, your desire to throw out an item, by as much as 20 to 30%, which would have just enormous impact on food waste and the environment, and of course your pocket. You know, at the end of the day, all this food you're throwing out, you've bought already. So what should we be doing if we're going to cut down on food waste, save money and the planet in the process? Professor Rowe says, I like this. He says, use your nose, take a nibble, and give it a second chance before you toss it automatically. And so that's it. The big exceptions, he says, meat, fresh meat, deli meat, and cream cheese, like soft cheeses. Don't know what the deal with that is, but apparently, you know, if they go bad, they can be dangerous. So there you go. Next time you think something's going off, give it a taste, give it a sniff. Is it a bit tangy? Throw it out. If it's all right, why not? Ignore that date.